Hello there, my name is Sebastian Straub, and I'm the Principal Solutions Architect at N2WS. In this video, we'll talk about a feature of N2WS version 3.2.0 called Secure DR Account. When you select a suitable location for your disaster recovery backups, you might have eyed or are perhaps already using a backup vault, meaning a completely separate, unrelated AWS account to perform backups into. To increase the security for this backup vault, we have now added a new feature called Secure DR. This is a feature you can also retrofit to any previously configured DR account. Let me show you how this works. First, let's go over here to the left under Accounts. You can see here are my different accounts, and one of them is defined as my DR account. I'm using an assume role in my secondary AWS account. So when I click on Edit for this account, you'll find the information right here, and this is the new feature that we're looking for, Use Secured DR Account. So when I select this, then a couple more items will pop up here. So first, we want to make sure that this is now turned on. I also have another setting right here, Secured DR Check Settings. We'll do that in a moment. And in my case, my screen resolution means that I have to scroll a little bit further down. And down here, I can see Select Prohibited Permissions. What this means is that in regular intervals, we will check for prohibited permissions. Any permissions that you might find objectionable in your secured DR account. So we're going to click on this. And here are the different subsections for each of the services. So I have EC2, RDS, Redshift, Dynamo, backups in general, and then FSX as well. So in case of my EC2 backups, just for show and tell, I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to choose Delete Snapshot. So let's say that is a permission that I don't want anybody to have in my secured DR account. So I'm going to choose that. I'm going to click on Apply, and then I can see that I have now selected one permission set to be alerted on. What's really important about this feature is that we are not just looking at the role or the IAM user that we're using in this account. We're actually looking at all the roles and all of the IAM users. So if you would have, let's say, a rogue admin who is trying to sneak in permissions on a different IAM user or on a different role, this feature would catch that. So at this point, we still have to do one more thing. We're going to click on Save. And then we're going to go in one more time. And you can also see the Secure DR check settings. Of course, you can also reach this if you go over here into the server settings. You can find the same section as well. So if I select this now, there we go. You'll find this feature under the security settings. Check Secured DR account is turned on. It's exactly what we want. And here I can also choose the interval. So how often are we going to look for these prohibited permissions? Now in my case, it's every 24 hours. But you can change this setting if you wanted to. So in this case, we would actually check once an hour for these particular permissions that we just set. Don't forget, when you make changes here, always click on the Save button. And then once that's done, you could theoretically run that check right away. Let's do that. So I'm going to do that. And in a moment, we see the refresh here. And under Show Log, you can also see if we found objectionable permissions. So in my case, we actually did. And if you have your notifications turned on, you remember how you do that over here under your user settings, then we will immediately alert you to that as well. I can also verify this under the alert box up here. And I can now see that within my DR account, there are, in this case, 7 IAM users and 3 roles which have that objectionable denied permission so that they would be able to delete, in my case, my snapshots. And of course, I don't want this. So now I can extract this information through the alerting and then act upon that so that I can actually see which accounts and which roles have that permission. So I have a completely clean DR account where nobody has the permissions to delete my backups. And as I mentioned, the reason why this is really important is so that you have an immutable backup set of your data, and you can make sure that all of your DR settings are actually protected that way. Well, that's how easy it was to increase the security of my backups. I hope you're going to join me again in the next video. Have a great day.